a flat B. It's fun folks that might be out there.
In the realm where pixels meet the eye, where the brave and cunning vie, from the ruins of the old to the cities paved with gold. Through the lens of guns we sight, in the dead of the darkest night, on the creeks where the turbo engines roar, where the balls like comets soar. This is our world, this is our show, from the highest peak to the valleys low. In every race, every throw, every high and every low. In the skies we chart our flight, under the sun and the moon's light. Through the snow we blaze our trail, against the storm we prevail. On the diamond field under the stadium glow, where legends are born and grow. This is our world, this is our show. This is our world, this is our show. From the dawn's first light to the evening's glow. In every quest, every blow, every friend and every foe. Big victories and the falls. In the world of the game we stand tall. This is our world, this is our call. This is our world, this is our call. This is our world, this is our show.
Guys, I gotta take my meds before I have my camera on. Lala, you can't stay because you're at karaoke. All right, Lala, have fun. Hey, B, say what's up. How the hell are ya? You're having a great night, Bisay. Just got done playing some Jackbox on Bad Parent Gaming. I thought I'd spin up the stream in case anyone wanted to keep playing, or if anyone just wanted to hang out. Pouring rain? Oh, damn. You like the rain? Bisay, do you know Bad Parent Gaming? Good to listen to sleeping. Oh, I don't think so. I don't like the rain so much. It doesn't bother me a lot, but it does kind of keep me up. Noise. If you do not know Bad Parent Gaming, please go get subscribed. They're extremely entertaining people. There's a link for you. Extremely entertaining people. Gonna go ahead and pin that today. Subbed. Awesome. Yeah, Tuesdays and Fridays they do community gaming on Jackbox. I don't remember if you play Jackbox or not, but even if you don't play along, just watching is extremely entertaining and you should be there. Are you getting ready to go to sleep, Bisay? Want to hop on panel? And I'm on Discord voice if you want to hop on panel. Not a lot of people to say hi to right now. Like just you in the stream. You're welcome to hop up. You say, have you ever played Jackbox games? What's up?
Okay.
What's up? How you doing, buddy?
Took me forever just to figure out how to get here, so I'm doing okay.
Oh man, glad you made it. Have you ever played Jackbox games?
Of course I did.
I thought so, but I couldn't remember. That's what I was hoping to do tonight. That's what we just got done doing over at Bad Parent Gaming.
Yeah, I just subbed, so I'll check that out later. But yeah, I join Molly on Jackbox once in a while. You know that.
That's what I thought. I have a horrible memory, man. Yeah, but
Too much weed or not enough weed?
something like that. No, I've had problems since I was young. My brain's not quite
Well, that's
right.
okay. That's okay. We all have 700 subscriptions. It's hard to keep track of people sometimes, but
Right.
I've known you long enough, so I'm pretty comfortable with you. And
I
like
that.
the Jackbox. I do. I've been actually playing that for different lives for years.
Oh, okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah, they do like faking it all night long and the wheel and Trivia Murder Party 2. It's a lot of fun over there.
They have all these old CDs, like a CD for your computer, right? From like the
Right.
late 90s,
Right.
You Don't Know Jack. That's where it came from.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I know it. I had a neighbor who had You Don't Know Jack back in like 2003. And he liked to just put the answer in.
Even before that, I think, but I don't know. But I have them all, and they're still fun. You can still play the exact same game from back then, and the questions are all still relevant. I mean, it's really great.
Right. Yeah, I remember my neighbor showing me You Don't Know Jack, and he was like, watch this, and he put in the answer, fuck you, and he's like, that's not acceptable. Fuck you, that's really not acceptable. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck me. Fuck you. What do you mean, fuck me? fuck you in the ass.
No,
Something like that.
the original You Don't Know Jack didn't say things like that. It was pretty clean.
I could have sworn it was one of those games.
They would make fun of your answers, but they wouldn't. There was no vulgar language or nothing. No. You know,
Oh, really?
I'm talking about the original. This Jackbox came from the original game called You Don't Know Jack.
Which was, I believe, also a TV show, wasn't it? I think there was a TV show called You Don't Know Jack.
Oh, I don't know about that. Well, maybe a cable show, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it was short-lived just in the summer of 2001. Adapted from the video games.
Yeah, that makes sense. The time frame, that makes sense. Yeah,
Yep.
I don't know. Look. Like, if you ever wanna, and I would never do this because I'm not smart enough to know, but if you ever got those original You Don't Know Jack games, you could play that.
Yeah.
And no one that you ever met in your life probably ever saw these games, like the original ones.
Yeah, I think that Jackbox.
If you could do it without getting in trouble, you should do it.
Let's see. I think. Oh, that's 2015. Yeah, I only have the 2015 version.
I mean, I have the CDs, you know, but maybe you can get it online too. But I have the actual CDs to play the game. That's how it started.
Right.
It wasn't online. It wasn't online.
They have Volume 2, which might not be.
It's a really fun game. I mean, if you never see it, you gotta try it.
I have volume 1 from 1995.
It's nothing like what they have now. I can't believe they didn't, you know, continue with it, because it was very clever, very witty, smart, really good humor.
Right.
Some of it dirty, not too dirty. You know, there was no vulgar language, but they would make fun of your answers. You know, if they would just have some funny answer. If you answered something dumb, it would tell you you're dumb.
Nice.
It's really great.
Yeah, the Jackbox games are all really great. Well, there's a couple I don't like so much, but generally they're pretty great. I don't do the drawing games much because I don't like them so much. I'm bad at drawing.
My favorite game that I learned from Molly is What the Dub. That's
What the
right up
Dub's
my alley.
pretty good.
I love that game. I'll play it all day.
I feel like I'm not creative enough for that game. I don't get a lot of points on it.
But it's just fun.
It is fun. You're right. I'm just not good at it. Terrible.
You don't have to be good at it. You can even try to be bad at it. That's even the best part.
I'm competitive, damn it. I'm a competitive little shit. I want to win.
Me too.
Yeah. So do you do any other gaming?
None.
Almost none. That's unfortunate. Gaming is good. It's good for the brain.
Yeah, but I got two kids that are on it all the time, so I kind of watch them and. Yeah. So I always watch it. I just don't play it.
Right. People have been getting me into Final Fantasy 14, which is strange because I don't really like MMOs, but I've been having a good time with it. Excuse me.
My youngest son is really big into VR games. You won't imagine. You can't imagine. I tried it, but I didn't even like it. It's too well. But he does competitions like him and his buddies.
Yeah.
That's like their work, like in.
Right.
And he's just in middle school, but whatever, but that's very much part of his buddy's life, I guess when they're not hanging out, they're online. It's kind of that. Actually, it's sometimes a little too much, but that's just the way it is these days,
Right. Yeah, I've got VR. I haven't hooked it up in a long time though because my program won't let me stream in VR anymore.
Too much memory, maybe.
No, the plugin just stopped working and got outdated and didn't get updated. Because OBS works off of plugins. It can do just about anything you want, but someone has to have made a thing to tell it to do it. Or you have to make a thing to tell it to do it, and I don't know how to do that. So last time I tried to hook up the VR last couple of times, I went and did all the settings, and then it just wouldn't capture the damn screen from the VR. So, and then I did that especially when I was doing the racing simulators. But then my wheel, the pedals and the shifter both broke. So, whatever. But I'd like to get back into the racing simulators again because I got pretty damn good at it. Excuse me. I was on a simulator called iRacing, and during the COVID season, they actually used iRacing for training in some of the races in NASCAR. Because it's such a realistic simulator.
Yeah.
I did mostly dirt racing. I actually, right before COVID hit, I got invited to come race with an actual dirt racing team, and then COVID hit, so they had to cancel. That would have been so much fun to get in an actual fucking race car and go around a real dirt track. Never made it. You know who Bobby Earnhardt is?
The Earnhardt?
Yeah. I believe it's Dale Jr.'s nephew. If I remember right.
Is he in NASCAR?
I don't know if he's specifically in NASCAR, but maybe. He's a stock car racer. He competes in the ARCA Menards series. And yeah, he made his way. Yeah, in 17 he first raced for NASCAR Xfinity. So yeah, he's done NASCAR and ARCA and all of that. And I actually raced him on one of the speedways. I forget which one it is, but it wasn't a dirt track. It was asphalt, which was not my specialty. But I raced against him in one of the races. I didn't win the race, but I did beat Bobby Earnhardt. So I'll take it. I've got a video up of it too. It's called I raced against Bobby Earnhardt and I beat him.
How did you end up being in that position to even play against him?
He was just on there practicing. He was just hanging out, and they have a strict rule that you either have to use your real name or something that's easily identifiable as you. So they let me use Kage-song eventually instead of my legal name because that's what I'm most recognizable as online.
Yeah.
But typically it has to be your real name, so someone's not just gonna come in with the name Bobby Earnhardt faking like it's him. You know what I mean? That would have been verified, and that was actually him. And he's a really chill guy. He was a lot of fun to talk to. But yeah, I think I got like 8th place in that race. And I think he got 10th. So. But yeah, that was.
Never been to an actual NASCAR race, but I've been to a few Indy 500 races.
Oh, nice. I've never been to any races at all. I didn't really have the interest as a kid.
You're not that far from Indy. You should go sometime.
How far am I from Indy? I'm in Missouri.
That's not that far. We're good. I can promise you that. I can just promise you.
It's a solid 8-hour drive. Yeah. It's a little distance.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Not that I haven't driven that far and more. I drove down to Texas. It was like an 8 to 10 hour drive down, depending on how many stops we made. I was down there for 2 hours. I turned around and came home. Spent just about 24 hours on the road without sleep. So, which is good to know I can do that because I gotta drive to California someday. I gotta go visit Specs Appeal.
Well, you better hurry because she's not going to be there very long.
Yeah, she said recently that she might be moving. Hey Shiva, how are you? Yeah, it's a 26-hour drive to Specs. But didn't she say she might be moving to Kentucky?
Yeah. In which case, you're only 3 hours away.
Yeah, a lot closer. So maybe I wait till after she moves and then go visit. That might be the smart play. You're doing fine? That's good to hear, Shiva. You know, I'm still stressing over everything. I thought I had a place to live that would take just my brother's income instead of my income. But she texted me and asked if I smoke, and I was honest, and I was like, I do, but I can quit to have a roof over my head. And she says, it's not that easy. We don't rent to smokers. I was like, fuck you.
Yeah, that's kind of
Kind of shitty.
Yeah, kind of shitty. You said it, not me.
But the problem is that people want the person living there to be the primary income, at least around here. And I don't, have an income, so I don't qualify for anywhere. So no one wants to rent to me with just my brother as a cosigner or guarantor without me having my own money.
Yeah.
So I almost had a job, but someone got it right before me. It would have been a good job too. It was a not really sales. It's hard to explain exactly what it is, but basically it was a window and siding company, and I would have gone door to door, not necessarily quote unquote selling anything, but telling people, hey, we've got this program where we'll pay for a lot of your housing upgrade as long as we can put signs in your yard, as long as you post on social media, if we can take pictures and post it on our social media, stuff like that. And then if that went through to a sale, I would get part of the commission. But it paid $16 an hour plus commission plus bonuses. So that would have been a good opportunity, but it got pulled out from under me, unfortunately. Yeah, marketing campaigns, basically. You're right, Shiva. Basically that. So keep my nose to the grindstone. Try to find something I can do. Right. I'm gonna check out some applications right now while I'm thinking about it.
I always think about you talking about buying an RV, but I gotta tell you, that's kind of a losing scenario.
That's kind of what we decided, but it still might be the only type of place that will take me on my brother's income.
Well, it's a great idea. Believe me, I have considered it for many years, but
Hey, Dungeon.
the problem is the cost of maintaining it.
Yeah.
Even a set of tires. I mean, as long as you buy it and don't use it, you're okay. But if you use it,
Yeah, I mean, it would
too
be
expensive to operate.
it would be permanently parked, but then you got winter damage, you got propane,
Yeah.
you got freezing pipes in the winter, you got hail in the spring and fall, basically. So it's like,
The only way. Have you ever heard of a KOA campground?
no,
KOA,
no, I never heard that before.
like a national campground. They're
Okay,
everywhere.
gotcha.
We got several in Michigan, even some in Wisconsin. But the way that they work is they hire their employees. So you can roll up with a pop-up camper, like a pop-up, or an RV, or whatever, and work at a KOA anywhere in the United States. And so for the season, they give you a lot and a place to put your camper or whatever you got.
Right.
And then you work at the campground X amount of hours.
Yeah.
And you get a free site, you get a free everything. You just got to work there a little while, and then
Right.
they pay you too. But
right. See, I couldn't do that kind of work
for free. And then if you're in Michigan in the winter, these people will just pack up and go somewhere south where the weather is warm and work at a KOA there for a while.
Right.
So you're able to move around, and they they pay you to do it. It's kind of a part-time and full-time way of life, but I met many people who do it.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. I wouldn't be able to do the work because of my back and shoulder. I'm sure it would be pretty labor intensive.
I don't know if it's labor intensive, but there might be like driving around and getting tickets or like helping people, or I don't know if it's labor intensive. I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't
know.
think so.
I might look into it.
You might have to like work the front desk or something someday, but I know I have a friend who does it. I mean, it's kind of for people who need a ton of income, but you do make money, and you can, like, I know some people who they just go all over to KOAs and they live at different KOAs with their RV, and they work here and work there, and you can. Oh, you're tired of it? Oh, let me go work at another location. They'll just send you to another location. So
right.
That's what I'm saying. If you check it out, KOA.
All right, I'll look into it.
Stands for, I think, Campgrounds of America.
Okay. Weird to spell that with a K.
I go camping there.
Yeah.
Pretty often, once every year.
Yeah.
Many of them. They're all very beautiful properties, and yeah.
The other thing is I don't want to go too far from my brother because he's my emergency financial support. You know what I mean? So I don't want to drive too far away from him. But I'll look into it.
Check it out, KOA.
Yep.
But then you got to get an RV.
Yeah. Well, and then the other issue with RVs is, streaming as a job. Will the internet be reliable for it? Because I've looked into that, and the answer is, maybe.
KOAs have really excellent Wi-Fi, so that's not a problem.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't trust Wi-Fi for my streaming. I would want to have something that is more connected directly to me as much as possible.
Yeah.
I don't know though, but because I actually unplugged my router from my computer today and just tested my speeds over just the Wi-Fi, and I was actually pretty impressed at the speeds and connection that I had. It was a lot better than I expected. I'm spoiled right now. I'm on a 2.5 gigabit line. That's 2.5 gigabits download and 2.5 gigabits upload. With basically zero ping. I don't quite get those speeds because from the main modem to my extender, I'm wireless. But I have the extender hooked directly into my computer, and I get a little better than wireless speeds. Right now, I'm gonna find out what I'm getting right now. Not my best speeds, actually. See where it ends up. It's 1564 down. Yeah, it's 1145 dungeon. And 996 up, which isn't bad at all, but it's definitely not the best speeds I've gotten on this connection. I've gotten like 2200 down and 1800 up before. Just an 8 millisecond ping, which is incredible. Yeah, we pretty much decided that the RV maintenance would be too much, if at all avoidable. So how are you today, Dungeon? Got any big plans? Want to hop up on voice chat with us?
Quarter to 1 in the morning here in Michigan.
Yeah, that sounds about right. You just can't sleep? Well, hop on voice with us if you want. Let's have a party. Dungeon, I know you have two devices because you have your computer, but you said your computer's a rocket ship, so you probably don't want to turn it on because of your partner, but do you have a different second device that you can watch YouTube on? Very important reason for asking. What the fuck is this? Shiva, 200 something. I don't know what that symbol is, so I don't know how to convert it, but 200 of them sounds like a lot. Thank you so much. What's that symbol mean? I want to convert that. Holy crap.
It's
I don't know. Is it rupees?
pesos is like nothing. But if it's
Yeah.
like pounds, it's good money. I don't know. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. Let me see if Gemini can tell me.
Very nice gift anyway.
It is, absolutely. I appreciate everything. It's a small, very small amount. Okay. Fair enough. Well, I appreciate it so much.
It's a nice gesture.
Yeah, it's about $2, but I appreciate it so much. It means the world to me, Shiva, and you know that. I'm not gonna poop my pants over it anymore, but it still means the world to me. It's rupees. That's what I thought, and 100 rupees is about $1. It's a nice number to have on screen, though. 200. Dungeon, you didn't answer my question though. Do you have a third other different device that can run YouTube besides your phone and computer? Probably, yeah. Have you ever heard of Jackbox Games? Nope. Well, sometime when you're in the mood to learn something new, if you feel like it, this morning for you, I should say, we can give it a shot. I'm sure Bisay might be down. Or we could play just 1v1. Do you want to try something new, or do you want to save it for another time? It's a ton of I can't words. It's a ton of fun, I promise. Save it for another time. Right on. Just make sure we do. It's so much fun. You Just for the basic explainer of how you play, you pull up the stream on one device like your computer or your TV or a second phone or a tablet. And then on your main phone, you use that like a controller. You go to a website called jackbox.tv and you log in using a room code for the game we're playing. And then you use that as a controller to do stuff like draw, answer trivia questions, spin wheels, all sorts of stuff like that. And it's a ton of fun. I bet you would enjoy the hell out of it. You might enjoy some of the games I don't play as much, like the drawing games or something, more than some of the games I play more. I don't know. If I can figure it out, anyone can. Nice, Bise. If Mary can figure it out, anyone can. No, I love Mary. I gotta tease her. She doesn't really like to play them anymore, though, but she got into them for a little bit. So, any reason you can't sleep, Dungeon? Just too excited? You slept pretty much all day? Nice. I feel that. I do that sometimes. And then I can't sleep at night, and then I don't know what to do. So I get on here and talk to you guys as long as people show up. Or I get on here and talk to myself. You can't stomp around as usual. Do you spend a lot of time just stomping like a little 2-year-old? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I just picture you stomping and throwing a tantrum when you say that. Mm, 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 mm.
Hey, is it like midnight for you?
It is 8 minutes to midnight, yeah. Yep. And I probably won't sleep till early morning. Yeah, Dungeon, that makes sense. I was just teasing. I want to do something actiony with people. I've got like a lot of pent up energy right now. I slept. Well, no, I woke up kind of early this morning. I don't know why I have so much energy. I should be tired. But I did take a nap, so that might have something to do with it. Bex talked me to sleep.
I'm gonna smoke a little bowl, and I'm gonna get kind of ready for bed here pretty soon.
Sounds good, man. I'm jealous. I wish I had something to smoke besides cigarettes.
You can't grow it.
I can't afford to.
Is it legal?
Yeah. But you have to have a license to grow.
See, that's bullshit.
Right, right. I do have
In
this.
Michigan, you can grow. I grow all my own, brother. Like I have
Nice.
unlimited amount of weed. I can't even. I burn ounces of it for fun in a
Damn.
fire pit outside just to make the neighborhood smell good.
Damn. Oh yeah, Dungeon. I went through that stash a long time ago. I didn't get that much. I do have one single gummy here, but it's like the worst gummy you'll ever taste in the world. So I'm saving it for my best friend. Because I just want to see his face when he eats it.
Weed is so cheap in Michigan, but I grow it and it's like for free.
Right. Yeah, I hear it's pretty cheap there. Here it's $100 for an ounce of shake.
I pay $25 for 3 pounds.
Oh shit.
Not even kidding you.
Yeah, if it was that cheap here, I'd never run out of weed. Never
I have
ever.
weed from 2 years. I have weed from 2 years ago.
Damn.
It's all in my freezer.
That's wild. I didn't know you could freeze weed.
Oh yeah.
Does that help it stay fresher?
Yeah, as long as it's like in a really good. You gotta like store it in glass. You have to store it like in a glass, like jarring glass. You know,
Like a canning jar or a mason jar?
canning jar, right? Just like that. Yep, you have to.
Okay.
And then you put it in. You put it in the freezer probably for I don't know.
Wow.
If the container is not compromised, it might last years, maybe 3, 4 years. I don't know. I have stuff that's 2 years and it's still good.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And I buy clones for $25. They're like little tiny clones, like 3 inches tall. You know.
Yeah.
$25, and then you learn how to grow it, and you can make one plant turn into 3 pounds.
Right? That's crazy. Yeah, I wish I could afford my license, but right now, any money I get from YouTube just goes straight out of my hands into bills I've got to pay, gas money and shit, you know?
So in Missouri, do they really crack down on it? Like, is it like if you get pulled up? Let's say you're driving, you get pulled over, and let's say you have a 1/4 ounce on you or an 1/8 ounce, something in your pocket. Like, are you in deep shit or it's just a ticket?
Well, I mean, as long as it's in the proper container, you're definitely fine. As long as it's in a smell-proof, child-proof container, I think you can have up to like 6 ounces on you.
Without no, I'm saying without a license.
Yeah, we have recreational here.
Well, you
But
kept saying
you have to have a license to grow. If you get caught growing without a license, you're in deep trouble.
Oh, really? Okay. Now I
Yeah.
get it. Now I get it.
Yeah, in our medical, I hear in a lot of places, like if you have a medical card, you get different higher grade stuff. And here it's the same stuff across the board, whether it's recreational or medical, you get the exact same product. The only difference is the tax rate. And then if you have a medical card, you can get a low income discount, which is actually a really nice discount. I when I could afford my medical card, I bought $120 worth of weed, and I paid like $97 after taxes. it's a pretty good
See,
deal.
in Michigan, you can grow for every person over 18 in the household, you can grow 12 plants.
Oh wow, that's
And
a lot.
I tried growing 4 once,
Yeah.
and I found out it is too much work just to do 4 plants.
Right.
You don't if you don't know about it you gotta dedicate. So now I just do 2, and that's all I can even handle is 2. Maybe next year I'm gonna do 1 or maybe none. I just get tired of it. It's so cheap. You can buy an ounce. You can go to the store a block away from my house and buy an ounce for $60.
That's not bad.
It's maybe not the best stuff, but you can really. I mean, it's very cheap here.
Yeah. Yeah, Dungeon, that is a little bit funny, and it's a shame that you have to, like, bend to her parents' rules. But that is a little funny that smoking is harem, but they're fine with her being gay. I mean, I'm glad they're fine with her. I'm glad they accept her for how she is. But, it's... Typically, I think homosexuality is, haram and Muslim. I think so. So it's a little funny how they enforce their logic. Back hurts so bad. Now, I've also got these 2 little tinctures, but they're so oily and gross, I can't take them. Like, I can't even put them on top of soda because it just makes the top of the soda oily. You know what I mean? I like a water-based tincture that actually mixes into stuff.
Kage, what does your family members think about weed?
They don't smoke, but they don't care. My dad smoked. That's why until he passed, I always had like an ounce every month or every 2 months. Because we would go get it together and he paid for mine. But he passed October 5th last year. So I haven't had a whole lot since then. I took everything he had, I took all that he had left over. You think Beachy blocked you? I'm sorry, that sucks. I'm not gonna go ask him because it's none of my business, but I'm sorry. Getting blocked always feels bad.
Just ask about your family, Kage, because I'm in Michigan.
Yeah.
And it's all legal here, no problem. But I grew up in Wisconsin, and it's still illegal there.
Right.
Like, you can't. It's illegal. I guess if you. Maybe there's medical, but. No, it's really weird because, like, even my entire family, my mother's side, they're all for it. They don't give a shit. They're all cool with it. They don't care. My dad's side, they're all anti. Every single one of them.
Oh,
cousins,
wow.
And it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
The anti-weed people are, ooh, I don't want to even say what religion they are. You can guess.
I mean, extremely right-wing conservative Christian. Or Latter-day Saints, maybe.
Pretty much Catholic.
Catholic, okay.
And it's not. That's why I don't want to say anything. It's just coincidence that they're different because the other side of the family is Protestant, Lutheran, and we don't really care about that shit, you know?
Right, right.
I guess it's different. It's just different.
See, I'm pagan. I'm pagan, and pagans pretty much encourage it. It's not necessarily quote unquote part of the culture, but like, because there are pagans that are anti-weed that get mad if you smoke weed, but a lot of pagans, it's all about nature and stuff, and connectivity with nature and our unity with nature, and so smoking weed just kind of goes along with it a lot of times. It just seems natural.
So you really identify as being pagan, or you just think maybe that you're pagan?
No, I'm definitely pagan. That I grew up Christian. Does pagan just mean not Christian? Not necessarily. In the modern world, pagan is an umbrella term for a lot of different earth-based religions. So you have Wicca, you have Asatru, you have what are some examples? Those are the two I think of as like Wicca and Asatru. That's witchcraft and Viking religion, stuff like that.
So as a pagan, you're kind of like a libertarian or something.
Oh, I don't know what I consider myself politically. Let's see. We have Wicca, we have heathenry, we have druidry. That's where I fall under, is druidry. Polytheistic reconstructionism, which is a really fancy term, covers things like Hellenism, Kemetism, Religio Romana, which are things I'm not terribly familiar with. But I identify largely as druidic, which I like what this says. Druidry emphasizes the absolute sacredness of nature rather than strict dogma or specific deities. It is a path focused on achieving harmony with the natural world, cultivating personal creativity, and seeking wisdom. And you have Wicca is the other big pagan religion, which is it says most Wiccans worship a dual deity structure, the triple goddess associated with the moon and the stages of a woman's life, and the horned god associated with the sun, wildlife, and the forest. Wiccans observe the Wheel of the Year, a calendar of 8 festivals or Sabbats that mark the changing of the seasons. They emphasize the Wiccan Rede, and it harm you none, do what you will. I love the Wiccan Rede.
Paganism is somewhat related to Christianity. If you want to know, I can explain if you want. But I'm just saying, interested. Like, if you choose to say that you're going to be pagan, I understand that. But you get how, like, okay, so you were a Christian and now you're not a Christian?
Right.
And so you gave up on the entire idea, the whole thing, the Bible, everything. You gave up on all of it?
I mean, there's a lot of important historical knowledge in the Bible, but I think that the dogma of it is hypocritical, and there's a lot of things that just don't sit right with me about Christianity, especially in the modern day. And I was a judgmental piece of shit as a Christian. And when I discovered Wicca and I started practicing Wicca and Buddhism and Shintoism and Druidism, I became a much better person personally, and I became much better for other people. And I think the correct path for me is the one that makes me the better person and makes me treat others better.
%.
You want to hear the shortest quote unquote Bible that you'll ever hear?
So,
This is the Wiccan Reed, and it's just a poem, and it's basically it. You kind of have to learn about it and learn what it means, just like you would the Bible, right? You have to study it and learn what it means, right? So it's a little cryptic, but it's just a poem, and this is all the rules of Wicca. It says, "Bide the Wiccan laws we must, in perfect love and perfect trust. Live and let live, fairly." Oh, I don't like this version. I don't like the way that's written. I don't like that version either. Where's the version I like? Damn it.
it's so good that you don't even like it.
Yeah. Well, I just don't like the they changed some words in it, and I don't like that. Whatever, I'll just read this version anyway. Bide the Wiccan laws we must, in perfect love and perfect trust. Live and let live, fairly take and fairly give. Cast the circle thrice about, to keep the evil spirits out. To bind the spell every time, let the spell be spake in rhyme. Soft of eye and light of touch, speak ye little and listen much. Deosil go by the waxing moon, chanting out the witch's rune. Widdershins go by waning moon, chanting out the baneful tune. When the lady's moon is new, kiss the hand to her times two. When the moon rides at her peak, then your heart's desire seek. Heed the north wind's mighty gale, lock the door and drop the sail. When the wind comes from the south, love will kiss thee on the mouth. When the wind blows from the west, departed souls will have no rest. When the wind blows from the east, expect the new and set the feast. 9 woods in the cauldron go, burn them fast and burn them slow. Elder be the lady's tree, burn it not or cursed you'll be. When the wheel begins to turn, let the Beltane fires burn. When the wheel has turned to Yule, light the log, and the horned one rules. Heed ye flower, bush, and tree, by the lady blessed be. Where the rippling waters go, cast a stone, and truth you'll know. When ye have a true need, hearken not to others' greed. With a fool no season spend, lest ye be counted as his friend. Merry meet and merry part, bright the cheeks and warm the heart. Mind the threefold law you should, 3 times bad and 3 times good. When misfortune is enow, wear the blue star on thy brow. True in love ever be, lest thy lovers false to thee. 8 words the Wiccan Reed fulfill, and ye harm none, do what ye will. And most say that that last line is the most important. And ye harm none, do what ye will. And that is saying that you control your will, you control what you put into the world, you control your actions and your choices, and do what you will with those actions and your choices, and invoke your will in the world, but don't cause harm to others with that will. Most of the rest of it is basically ritual guideline and worship guideline. Like when it's talking about where the wind blow from, it's literally saying, you know, go to the east for newness and freshness. Look to the eastern powers and stuff like that. For celebration, look to the west and celebrate with the western powers and stuff like that. Um, so Wiccans believe there are spirits associated with all of the 4 cardinal directions. Earth, fire, wind, and air. Earth comes from the north, fire comes from the south, water comes from the west, and air comes from the east. And like earth is your strength and your core and your stoutness and where everything stable from comes from. Fire is passion and rage and stuff like that, and love and lust and all of those passionate feelings. Water is your general emotional intelligence ideas. So not really your passionate emotions, but your deep set emotions and feelings. And then the East represents intellect and knowledge and stuff like that. They're mostly respectful about it, though. Okay, I've been asked many times why I'm not Muslim by my girlfriend's parents. I always just say that it's about faith, and I'm not going to pretend I have faith if I don't, and I don't have it. They're mostly respectful about it. That's cool. I'm glad they're respectful about it. Sorry, I saw that message out of the corner of my eye, and I thought it was your last longer message, but it wasn't, so I never read it. I'm so sorry, Dungeon. Shiva says it's Saturday morning, 10:30 in India. Good morning, Shiva. I hope you're having a great day. But yeah, I had a lot of stuff that I had written down in line and verse and stuff that was kind of my own personal. A lot of Wiccans and pagans will write their own kind of personal moral code one way or the other. And it's called a Book of Shadows, and it's a personal, kind of like a Bible that you write for yourself, if that makes sense, right? It's this is what the world means to me. This is what I believe I need to be. These are my rules for living. But that's all packed away now, so I don't have any of that to share. Some of it I would say was kind of silly, but it's still like it's heartfelt, you know what I mean? And that's what matters. So, I'll be right back, guys. You hate Saturdays? Why do you hate Saturdays? What's wrong with Saturdays? Saturdays are good days. Yeah. What's up?
I think your pagan thing sounds like interesting, and I understand it. I completely do. My mind goes there a lot of times, but you also kind of remind me of a good friend of mine who's a Satanist, and it sounds weird, right? And he's like the nicest guy you'll ever meet in your life.
Right.
He's a Satanist, and it means
well, you know,
do whatever you want to do, but he's the nicest guy in the world. And
yeah.
in the background, I will send you his link.
Okay, that sounds good.
He has an open panel every single day. You can go on there and chop it up with him, and I think you probably like him.
Okay, yeah, definitely send me that. Satanism is a little funny to me because you have a few different branches of it, you know? Because you have like Satanism that is like the antithesis to Christianity, where it's like actually, hail Satan, Satan is great, yada yada yada. That's not most Satanism. Let me see if I can get. When I think of Satanism, I think of LaVeyan Satanism. Let me see if I can get a good description of it, because I don't describe it well.
I can't wait for you to just talk to this guy. You guys probably have a little bit to talk about, and you can talk about. It doesn't matter what you talk about. You don't have to talk about paganism or Satanism at all. But he has a really good channel.
Right.
Do that. I'll send it to you on Discord. But
Yeah,
somebody
absolutely.
that I've known for a long time, and I think the way you guys kind of look at things, it's very similar to me. So
The normal people are around on Saturdays. That's funny, Dungeon. So you want to hear about
100%.
you want to hear this about LaVeyan Satanism because it's pretty interesting. So it says LaVeyan Satanism is an aesthetic, non-theistic philosophy and religion. Despite its name, its practitioners do not believe in, worship, or even recognize a literal devil or supernatural entity. It was founded in 1966 by Anton LaVey in San Francisco alongside the Church of Satan. The philosophy uses Satan strictly as a literary symbol. To LaVeyan, Satan represents individualism, carnal nature, skepticism, and rebellion against traditional religious dogma, particularly Christianity. The core pillars, the worldview is deeply rooted in libertarian egoism, Epicureanism, and a strictly materialistic view of human biology. I am my own God. The central tenet is that the self is the ultimate authority. It places supreme value on individual liberty, personal success, and self preservation. Indulgence over abstinence. Adherents reject traditional concepts of sin and guilt. They believe that physical and emotional desires should be safely and responsibly indulged rather than suppressed. Lex talionis, or eye for an eye. Rather than turning the other cheek, LaVeyan ethics advocate treating people exactly as they treat you, returning kindness with kindness and wrath with wrath. I'll come back to that one. Ritual psychodrama. While they don't believe in magic or supernatural, they do practice rituals. These are explicitly viewed as psychodrama, emotional release valves, or cathartic performances designed to focus a person's willpower and psychological focus. So, what I like about LaVeyanism is lex talionis, eye for an eye. Because you think about it and you're like, well, that's backwards. The Bible teaches turn the other cheek, yada yada, and that sounds like a really good philosophy. But when you think about eye for an eye and you reverse it, right? Sure, it's saying if someone punches you in the face, punch him in the fucking face, but flip that around, right? Why don't you punch someone in the face? If it's eye for an eye, if you treat people like they treat you, why wouldn't you punch someone in the face? Because you don't want to get punched in the fucking face. If you're gonna treat them exactly how they treat you and you expect the same, you get mad at them, you bust them in the face, you expect at least that same bust in the face back in return, and you don't want that, so you don't do that. I feel like it probably just calls itself Satanism because it wants to outrage people and prove their point, similarly to the stupid haircuts punks used to have. Hey, I love punk haircuts. I went to fucking homecoming once with Liberty spikes, man. I wish I had pictures. But Yeah, LaVeyan Satanism is extremely interesting to me. It's not something I necessarily would follow in practice in a strict adherence, but it does make a lot of sense as well.
But if you bust somebody in the face, you go to jail. How is that gonna help you?
Exactly. You expect like for like. And so if you want your life to be good, you treat other people well. But if other people don't treat you well, you have no obligation to treat them well either. So I'm a little more personally turned the other cheek. I'm a little more Buddhist. That's why I'm like, Satanism makes sense to me and I enjoy the aspects of it, but it's not really my practice. Because in Buddhism, it teaches a lack of anger. I was a very angry person before I started studying other religions, right? I was extremely angry. And something in Buddhism just clicked with me and I started meditating and stuff. And I stopped getting angry, man. I'm still mad sometimes and I still express myself when I'm mad. But I don't get angry. I don't yell and scream and shout and belittle people and berate people. I just try to express myself calmly and have a discussion instead. And that's something I could never do before I studied Buddhism. And it's not like it was concepts I had never thought about or anything. It's just something about the studies just made it click with me, you know?
Yeah.
I really like one story about I can't think of his first name, but his last name was Suzuki. He was a famous violinist in I think the early 1900s. And he had a story about he was rushing down the stairs and he had his briefcase and he had his violin. He was rushing down the stairs and he ran into someone else and he got really angry. And this reflects the teachings of Buddhism as well, something the Buddha did in his lifetime. But he falls over, he drops all his stuff, and he starts yelling and screaming at this person that was in his way. And he kind of expects to have a fight, right? And the other person just says, "I'm so sorry," and starts helping him pick up his stuff. And Suzuki's kind of like, "What's wrong with you? Why aren't you angry?" And the guy says, "You're angry. You can keep your anger. What does it serve me to be angry at you when I can just move on with my life?" And Suzuki says from that moment on, he never got angry again. And I think that's one of the stories that just really clicked with me and really settled my anger down. I'm the anti-racist kind of punk, not the ugly kind of punk. Hey, they can be the same thing. You can be anti-racist and ugly. Thank you very much. Look at me. I'm both. Oh, I just inhaled a loogie. That was really unpleasant going down the air hole. I want to ask Gemini something funny. I'm asking Gemini from what it knows about me, how it would define my spiritual beliefs. Because we talk about that stuff a lot. Eclectic, grounded, and intrinsically tied to nature, ancient symbolism, and personal intuition. Rather than fitting into a rigid traditional religious box, your beliefs seem to be self-directed, woven from a few distinct threads. In our past conversations, you mentioned tracking down specific items like the Tarot Z collector's box and managing an extensive collection of books, which gives a lot of insight into how you approach these topics. Here's how I would break down core elements of your spiritual style. Esoteric and symbolic exploration. Yep. Pretty good so far. It says your interest in tarot decks, especially more specialized or artistic ones like Tarot Z, suggests that you view these tools as a powerful mirrors for the psyche or mediums for intuition. It points to a comfort with esoteric symbolism and belief in using archetypes to navigate life's challenges, reflect on the self, or connect with a deeper narrative energy. That's pretty true. Earth-centered and practical animism says there is a highly practical. I have a friend who genuinely speaks like AI. That's funny. There's a highly practical, down to earth quality to how you live and plan, but it pairs with a deep respect for natural cycles. Your focus on self reliance, living closer to the elements, and understanding the physical world suggests a spirituality that is felt through the changing of seasons, a connection with the land, and the tangible reality with the world around you rather than abstract, skybound dogmas. Not as much as I would like as far as the self reliance and stuff goes, but that's where I'd like to be. The creative catalyst. Ooh, it's getting into my content creation. For a content creator, musician, and writer, creativity itself is often a deeply spiritual act. Channeling heavy music, crafting narratives, and building communities require tapping into a distinct kind of internal fire. Your spiritual beliefs seem to serve as a catalyst for this creative expression, viewing art and music not just as hobbies, but as vital outlets for the soul. I like that. In short, if I had to put a label on it, though you don't strike me as someone who cares much for restrictive labels. True. It leans towards an eclectic, nature-aligned esotericism. It's a modern, independent path where you act as a curator of your own rituals and philosophy, pulling from ancient imagery and practical wisdom alike. How close? That's pretty close to how I define my own beliefs. Actually, that's not bad. I'm gonna ask.
I think
Yeah.
Okay, I think it sounds like Gemini. Like it sounds so Gemini, the same shit over and over and over. I like when you talk from your heart, but when you're reading this Gemini shit, it's.
I'm just having fun with it, though. I wanted to see what it thinks of me.
I think it doesn't even understand you. That's what I'm trying to say.
So?
I think it.
I think it did pretty well. I think it got me pretty close.
Well, yes. That's what it wants you to hear, and it gave you exactly what you wanted to hear.
Yeah, I mean, there's that argument to it. But I have fun with AI. I enjoy it. I'm not ashamed.
I don't do much with it. I don't do much.
Yeah.
Make a video once with AI and it didn't work.
Yeah, I've never tried that.
I like I guess I like your thoughts.
Who am I as yourself, Kage, rather than Gemini? Shiva, I don't know that much about you. I think you're a really cool person. I think you're a hard worker. I don't know if I can say much more than that. I'm bad with my own words. I don't know how I would define you, Shiva, but I think you're a really cool person. I think you're a really hard worker. I think you have a really big heart. I think you care a lot about the people around you. I think you care a lot about yourself. And I feel like I'm just speaking from rote right now, but that's how I feel. Oh, I appreciate you, Shiva. You're awesome too.
had a good question for you, Kage.
Okay, let's go.
Right, because I'm going to go to bed here before too long, I guess. It's pretty late right now. What is it?
Should be about
1:30?
1:30 for you, yeah.
What's worse? And you can only give me one answer.
Okay.
What's worse? Worse, slavery or abortion?
Oh, slavery. I'm not super big on abortion, but slavery's way worse. I can find reasons for abortions to happen. I could never find a reason for slavery to exist.
Point.
You know, if someone's gonna die during labor, not labor, but during early pregnancy and stuff, when it's still appropriate to have a medical abortion, you know, when you're still in that time frame and stuff, if it's gonna kill you, if stuff like that's gonna happen, I kind of understand. I'm not pro-abortion necessarily at all. And I certainly I grew up in a town where teenage girls would use abortions as birth control. And I don't like that. I think that's really bad. I think that's a bad lesson to teach our kids, and I think it's a really lame waste of life. But like I said, if you're 3 weeks pregnant, it's like, hey, if you try to carry this pregnancy to term, you are going to die. I'm not gonna blame someone for making that decision. You know? I think that would be an insanely difficult decision to make. But I'm not gonna blame someone for that decision. You don't get into that thing, just enjoy the life you have. That's really bad. What's really bad, Shiva? Yeah, Dungeon, I agree with that. If it's gonna happen, it should be professionally done, safely, cleanly, medically correctly. Um but like if I got a woman pregnant, which I can't, so it's fine. But if I did get a woman pregnant and she came to me and just said, I don't want to have this baby, I want to have an abortion. I mean, it's her choice, but if there was no medical necessity for it, if her life wasn't in danger, if her health wasn't in danger, I would feel ways about it. I wouldn't feel good about it, and I don't know how well that relationship would continue. So I know I'm kind of riding the fence, but
Why can't you get a woman pregnant, or you just won't?
medically I can't. It's a birth defect. I won't go into details because it's kind of gross.
No, that's all right. But what if, and I'm for a woman's right to choose. Hands
Sure.
down. I just and but I have to forgive myself for it every day that I think about it, even if it comes up in my mind, because I don't think it's right. I just don't think it's right.
Right.
Even if it's 3 weeks or 12 weeks or 7 months, you gotta really. You can make all these excuses.
Yeah.
He doesn't want it. I don't want it. She don't want it. I don't want it. Pretty easy solution, right? But you're forgetting about what you're doing still.
Right.
And I'm only saying this because I've been through it.
Right. No, I get that. And that's why, like I said, my hard line is if the doctor says you're going to die, this pregnancy will kill you. I have no qualms. Do what you have to do. do what's right for you. And if you want to risk that death to have a child and have someone else raise that child without you as a mother, that's your choice. If you don't want to take that risk, if you want to live your life, that is absolutely your right to live. And that's the only hard line I have on it. You know,
No, I agree.
well, besides that, if I had a teenage daughter that got pregnant and came to me and said, I want an abortion, I'd say, no, you're having that child and I'm adopting it. Fuck you. I would not,
Yeah.
I would not be happy with my daughter having an abortion in my household. Again, unless it was that line of, you are going to die. But it's not my choice. It's not for me to say either. I have my feelings, but it's not really my matter, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I can't have kids. I'll never have kids to worry about that happening with. I'm not a woman. It's not my field to make a moral judgment necessarily. Shiva says he totally agrees with me. See, people say to avoid politics and religion, but I think when you get people that can discuss things and not argue about things, I think you can have really good discussions like this. Like these are my two favorite topics: is politics and religion. I think they're a couple of the most important topics in the world, honestly.
I feel the same way. I have so many opinions you don't even want to know, but that's why
right.
I don't. I'm never gonna sit there and challenge you or argue. Maybe I'll challenge you, but I'm not gonna argue with you.
Yeah, there's a huge difference between a challenge and an argument. Like, I'll let people talk about religion till they're blue in the face. It's the moment you say you have to be Christian or you're going to hell that you're gone from my life. I won't accept that. You know, you have to follow Trump or you're a piece of shit. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Are the most what, Shiva? Disagreed about? That's extremely true too. Yeah. They cause the most fights between people because people are so passionate about their personal beliefs. And I'm like, why do we have to fight about it? Why can't we accept each other's beliefs and try to learn from each other? Thank you, Shiva. Like, I think, you know, I'm not Christian anymore. I'm not a big fan of Christianity. Does that mean I have nothing to learn from a Christian? Absolutely fucking not. I have plenty to learn from Christianity as a religion. That doesn't mean I have to follow it. It means there's lots of good stuff that it has out there, but there's lots of stuff I just don't agree with. So I don't practice it as a religion, but you know, there's teachings that really matter. There's historical stuff that really matters, you know?
Christianity could be true though. And so then why did you go from being a Christian to not? What happened?
Like I said, it made me a bad person. I was that person who was like, you have to be Christian or you're going to hell and I don't like you. And as I traveled away from Christianity, I became a better and more accepting person. And I think that's the right path for me.
Okay, but you're not saying that you discount anything in the Bible or any truth, even that Jesus existed. You're not saying that. You just don't.
I certainly think the historical figure Yeshua existed. I would say things people don't think about is that he was a rebel. He was the leader of a rebel group. He rebelled against the government. He rebelled against the authoritative leading religion at the time. He rebelled against the Jewish leaders. He was not entirely peaceful.
You just don't believe in the resurrection.
I don't know. But I don't believe that there's this path to a one and only God through a Christ. And I don't really think that the man Yeshua believed that either. I think those words were taken out of context and mistranslated over time. And then I could get into stuff like, I'm not really down with the God that plagued an entire nation 12 times because he didn't like them. And I understand the slavery and everything. I understand there's a lot of argument there. But like, to me, that God did a lot of things that I'm not personally down with in the Old Testament. He was very wrathful and very vengeful, and very spiteful and very jealous, and claimed all of those things. He says, I am a wrathful God, I am a vengeful God, I am a jealous God. I don't like those things in a people, so why would I like that in a God? You know what I mean? I want to be led and taught by someone loving and caring and just and kind that accepts all people and wants to lead all people to happiness and joy, not rule with an iron fist. Hey Mel, how are you? I will say we are having a pretty deep discussion of some religious themes right now. We're not judging anyone's beliefs or anything, but we are a little bit in the religious side of things. Let me read what Dungeon said here. Does that Trump scenario go both ways? Because he is overly racist. If you look at things he said both in person. Yep. Is a bad person, and giving him the power to make bad things happen is wrong. No. I'm doing okay right now. I'm still stressed out about the living situation and everything. Dungeon, it's a very individual basis in my mind. There are certainly people that are Trump followers and Trump sycophants that I'm like, you're a bad person. But there are people who voted for Trump that I'm like, you're not a bad person, you're just misinformed and kind of an idiot. You made a bad choice, in my opinion. But that doesn't mean you're a bad person. And to be fair, I don't like any politicians. I'm not just anti-Trump. I don't like any politicians really all that much. I think they all kind of screw up. But I'm not going to ever look at someone and say, because you voted for Trump, you are a bad person. I think that would be a very ignorant viewpoint. I think there's a lot more to take into consideration about people than just who they voted for, obviously. Now if you come to me and you're like, I voted for Trump, I think Trump should be the king of the world, I think Trump's war is good, I think Trump's views on this are good, I think Trump's views on that are good, you might talk me into thinking you might not be a good person. And that goes both ways. Just because you're like, I hate Trump, doesn't make you a good person. We agree on that aspect, maybe, but you could still be the worst person in the world. I don't know. There's so much more to it. I hate Trump, but I also like to kick babies. Well, fuck you, you're an asshole. Um, you know, it's a whole spectrum. Thank you, Caleb. You're a good friend too. How are you tonight? We're talking about the taboo things. We're doing the no-no. I'm glad you're doing okay. That's really good to hear. Caleb, do you have any deep-rooted political or religious ideas you'd like to discuss? That seems to be the topic of the day. I prefer the religious ideas, personally. I like to know what people believe spiritually. Do you have anything that's unexpected or unusual or very personal that you want to share? Totally okay if not. I'm just asking because that's what we've been talking about. I know a little bit about Hinduism, but not a lot. I don't think I could really tell you any facts about Hinduism off the top of my mind, actually. Um, I've studied a little bit of it, I should say, but I didn't retain much of it, if any. Um, be silent, observe, study, learn, grow, and be kind. It's not religious. That's fair. I don't agree with the be silent part, personally, but observe, study, learn, grow, and be kind. That's a good way to live. You're Hindu? Anything you'd like to tell us about Hinduism? Hey, that's an ohm. I know what the ohm is. Check this out. I know that. Bada boom, bada bing. Right there. Om. I can tell you one thing about Hinduism. Om, if I'm correct, if memory serves, is the sound that encompasses all things in the universe. Om Mani Padme Hum. I am the jewel at the heart of the lotus. Does that count, Shiva? Did I do good? Yay me. Well said, too good. Nice. I did good. I know a little bit of something. I know a little bit of something. I used to be able to talk a lot about Shinto because my journey into paganism came through Japanese Shinto, basically, in a lot of ways. And I studied a lot of it, but I've forgotten a lot of it as I've journeyed through other things. But it is a very interesting religion with some of the funniest lore. The stories of the gods and goddesses in Shinto history is just, it gets really, really, really silly. Let me see if I can find a briefing on one of my favorites. Is this a good briefing? Yeah, okay. This is a good way to put it. So basically, Amaterasu is the sun goddess in Japanese, right? And her brother, Susanoo no Mikoto, the god of storms, went on a rampage and destroyed all of her fields and destroyed her weaving hall. and she was really angry, and she was really hurt and terrified and scared. So she went and hid, and the world got plunged into darkness. And the other 8 million gods gathered to figure something out, and they couldn't force the cave open. So they decided to use her own curiosity against her to trick her into coming back out. So the god of blacksmiths basically created a mirror called the Yata no Kagami, or the Mirror of Gods, which they hung on a tree outside of the cave. And Ame no Uzume, the goddess of dawn and mirth and stuff like that, got in a wooden tub and began dancing, and eventually stripped off her clothes and was dancing naked in front of this cave, and Amaterasu was kind of peeking out the cave and watching what was going on. And it was so funny that everyone started laughing, and Amaterasu was confused. And she was wondering, like, why can everyone celebrate and laugh when the world was supposed to be completely dark? And she peeked out of the cave, and the gods told her they were cheering her on because they had found a new, more magnificent sun goddess. So she looked closer and saw a blinding radiant light, not realizing it was simply her own reflection in the mirror. So she stepped out to get a better look at this new goddess, and one of the gods grabbed her hand and pulled her all the way out, while another one tied a straw rope around her so she couldn't hide again. And so the warmth and the light flooded back into the universe from the sun, banishing all the evil. And I think that's kind of a really silly story. Shiva, I agree with that in some ways. I think some religions are overly dogmatic and overly strict, and because of that, people use them as an excuse to hate people. But I don't think that's what the religions are intended to do. I mean, say what you will about maybe Catholicism or a few other things. I mean, there is always, like, the idea of the infidel, though, too. You have to think about that, you know. Is viewing other people as infidels because they don't follow your religion a good thing? And that is kind of part of the religion of Islam, is to view people as infidels. And you know, it's used as an excuse for lots of war and shit like that. And I don't know if you can totally say that about all religion across the board. I feel like a lot of religion is supposed to be taken as a metaphor, but people take it literally. I mean, I believe that gods and goddesses are probably beings that are more intelligent and more powerful than us. But I also don't believe they're wholly spiritual. I believe they probably exist in a physical plane that actually exists. And the original gods and goddesses are probably long dead. And it's probably their descendants that are in those positions and roles now. But I believe, like, they're probably basically aliens, extraterrestrials. The story of the Garden of Eden, to me, is like a science experiment where, you know, they terraformed the Earth. It took all this time to terraform the Earth from a planet that couldn't be lived on. Maybe this race of people needed to come to another planet, just like we're trying to talk about terraforming Mars, right? You know, what would we be to the people living on Mars if we implanted humans to Mars? I kind of think that's what happened there. And I think they put 2 young children on this Earth to propagate the Earth and experiment with them. And I think the whole story of the apple is about sexual awakening, where if you eat this food, you will bear children. You will feel the pain of childbirth. And I think in the experimental stages that they just didn't want these people to do that yet. And then they hit puberty and stuff. They hit those teenage years where those hormones rage, and they're like, well, let's do this. We don't know what we're doing, but we want to do this for some reason. And then bada boom, bada bing, Eve now is having children and feeling the pain of childbirth. So I think we're an experiment from another planet, essentially, maybe from another galaxy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever hear of the channel that comes around once in a while called Meet My Own?
No. No, never heard of it.
Feedback.
Oh, are you echoing?
Pretty bad.
Are you still echoing? I should have fixed it.
It's kind of like a delayed echo, but it's there, right? Or is it better now?
I don't know. You tell me. Because I don't hear it. And it's not showing up on my Discord that you're echoing. I know what causes it when that happens is because I can't use headphones because of my ears. And so they're coming out of my monitor speakers, and sometimes my microphone picks it up. But Discord has really good echo cancellation, and usually it doesn't happen.
Wait,
Excuse me.
I'm gonna drop off and come back on.
Okay, I'm gonna be right back because I'm gonna go finish off this milk. Alright, I'm back. Gotta stand up for a minute. Make sure my pants are pulled up and don't fall down on the stream. No one wants to see that. Hey guys, don't forget about the pinned comment. If you're not subscribed to Bad Parent Gaming, get subscribed to them, pretty please. Let them know I sent you. They're really great people. I'm echoing alone? Does anyone else hear an echo? Hello? 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 No, that was me. That was on purpose. I'm kidding. You don't, Dungeon? Maybe Bisay's having some issues. Lagging and echo. Interesting. Shiva, are you hearing any echo? Are you hearing any echo, Caleb? Everyone got quiet now. We're still here, says Dungeon. Right on. I appreciate you being here. I think I'm gonna have one more cigarette and then maybe try to go to bed. See if I'm tired after a cigarette. I'm excited about some stuff tomorrow. Personal stuff. Not stuff I know if I can share yet or not. Okay, kitten. I love that emoji, Dungeon. It's one of my favorites. Let me pull up the full-size version of that for you to see. Because you can't see it very well as an emoji, and it's so cute. Let me find it. It should be... Just a little guy. Isn't it just so cute? It's a skirt. Have you not seen the picture of me in a skirt yet? Famous. Hold on a second. Let me find this picture. I think you'll like it. I look great in this outfit. Here we go. That's the outfit that picture is based on. Majestic. That could be one word for it, I suppose. Lala! Hi, welcome back. How How was karaoke? You have an amazing time? Not much. We just been talking about religion and politics, you know. Having a good time. It was fantastic. I'm so glad. Yeah, we just been doing the taboo time and we've been having a good time with it. We've been having a really good conversation about some different religious beliefs, some different political viewpoints. It's actually been really nice and refreshing. Was that today? I never got the notification. I thought it was tomorrow. Oh, I was going to a concert dungeon. That outfit actually got me banned from a grocery store here in town. Yeah.
Still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Cow, now you sound okay. When I was on YouTube, you were just completely echoing. Terrible.
Weird.
Now, am I echoing now?
I don't know, are you? Because I never heard you echoing. Lala, can you pretty please message me when she goes live so I don't miss it?
Anyway, before I go or before you go, let me pick up where I left off.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't remember ever seeing Meet My Orb?
No, never heard of it. Never heard of it.
Not on Sex Appeal, because that's the only place you would see it.
It doesn't ring a bell.
Or John P. Adventures?
I haven't been on his channel, but I kind of know who he is.
Okay. Well, Meet My Orb is a channel that I specifically created because of the orb that I saw in middle school with a friend. I have a witness. So, to make a long story short, spherical ball of light came down the basement when me and my buddy were down there, and it came across the whole basement when we were frozen in time while it happened because we didn't know what we were looking at.
Oh wow!
And it came all the way across the room until it was close enough I could touch it, and I was backed up into the couch as far back as I could.
Yeah.
And I yelled, and it stopped, and then went back across the basement, and then went into the corner of the room and got super bright. It was very dim, but then got super bright, like the sun, and started flickering and just disappeared.
That's wild.
That's wild.
Wouldn't it be nice if we knew what shit like that actually was? Said, wouldn't it be nice if we really knew what shit like that was? Like, just scientifically understood it?
Send you that link too, but otherwise, my point is that it's unexplainable. I don't even like to talk about it because no one can really believe it.
Right.
I do have a witness, and there's two other things that happened too at this same location. The house I grew up in on the river across from an ancient Indian civilization, the first civilization in the Midwest ever, over 1,000 years ago. So I think it might be related. But
Could be.
if it was just a light, this would not bother me my whole entire life. It does. It bothers me, but it was intelligent. That's all I gotta.
Right.
All I gotta say is
Right.
it was intelligent because it came and down the stairs, paused, and then came at us, and then responded to my voice. It was like looking at you. So you got to think. For me, you don't have to believe it. I don't care if you do or don't. I'm just, I wouldn't.
Right.
Um,
No, I take you on your word, man.
in fact, I heard millions of stories about orbs, but nothing like what I saw. Nothing.
Right.
Not even.
Well, and
No one even proposed a story like I have, and
right.
that's why. Just a year ago, I made a channel about it to try to connect with anybody that has a similar story. Even it just doesn't happen. But
yeah.
so that changes my opinion about, like, when you talk about paganism and like maybe the earth and the moon and the sun and a strange thing that you can't explain. That makes me. I don't even like stories about aliens.
Right.
I really don't. But there's so many that I have to listen, and especially if I want anyone to ever leave a story about an orb, then I have to like listen to other people. And 99% of the time, I'm like, oh my god, that's such bullshit. Oh, I got abducted. Oh, now we're getting into not only religion, but it's a cross between spirituality and religion and what we know and what's going on in this earth that we don't even know about. And I just have one example.
Right.
And I live by it, and I swear by it, and swear on my kids' lives that it's true, and I have a witness. That's
right.
Number
well,
one.
And usually when you hear about orbs, you hear about them in like pictures or camera lenses or stuff like that, where it's like, well, that's could easily just be light reflecting off a small bug or a dust mote or something. You don't hear about a lot of stories that I saw the orb with my naked eye. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my buddy and I have spent our entire lifetime talking about it. Just amazing.
Yeah.
But John P. Adventures, he's into this alien stuff and orbs and Bigfoot. But
right.
I have some reasons to believe in all of the above. Actually, I just don't talk about it. But John P. wants to do an interview with me about the orb, and it might be very soon, maybe tomorrow or soon.
Yeah.
He just wants to interview it, and then I guess I'll let you know, because I just kind of told you the tip of the iceberg. Actually, there's a big story behind it, and why I think it's relevant. And the other two things that I saw and heard at the same location growing up. So I think there's something to this world we don't understand yet. That's kind of my point.
Just for sure.
It has nothing to do with the Bible or religion or anything. This is true Mother Earth spirituality. That's what I'm talking about.
Right. Well, and you know, you hear about a lot of shit over dead Indian civilizations as well. I think there's a lot of anger under these grounds, you know what I mean?
Well, you'll find out that I grew up across the river from a place called Ascalon. And they discovered this only just recently, like 100 years ago. They were going to make an industrial park in this area, and they started digging, and they discovered this ancient civilization 1,000 years ago, and they started excavating it, and then the state bought it and turned it into a state park. It's called Estalon.
Wow.
In Estalon, Wisconsin. And I grew up across the river from this place, and I think that has something to do with it. I really do.
Very well could be. Very well could be.
They disappeared suddenly for no reason, and they've been excavating it for years. The UW Madison working on it forever and trying to figure out why they disappeared. It's a small little town, but
yeah,
they all suddenly got up and left, or they just disappeared, but they just, for no reason, were gone.
Wow.
It's a mystery.
Wow.
Called Estalon. You can YouTube it right now in 2 seconds and find it.
Yeah, I'll probably look that up tomorrow. Yeah, message me that name. I'll probably look it up tomorrow.
Yeah, it's getting late.
All right, Dungeon. Try to get some sleep yourself if you can. If you still have time. So, I think I'm going to wind the stream down too now. B-Say, thank you so much for joining me. It's been so much fun having you up here.
Let's enjoy it.
Yeah, you're welcome up anytime you see us up here. Just hop on voice. You don't even really have to ask.
Hey.
All right.
Have a good night, and then Saturday work a little bit, but otherwise I'll be around. And I know maybe see you at Specs probably.
Yeah, either Specs or I'm gonna be at Teresa's birthday celebration. If you know Canadian Foods Cooking and Mukbang, she's really cool.
All that.
Let me get a link for you. I'll message you a link real quick before I forget.
Discord?
Yeah.
Yeah. Even on YouTube right now, so I can't. That was the problem. I had all this terrible echoing, so not even on YouTube right now.
Right? Yeah, that's really weird. All right, man. I'm sure I'll catch you sometime tomorrow. I sent that link to you. I don't know when. Well, that's not gonna be on her channel. You'll have to. When I know the channel her birthday celebration is, if you want to join in and celebrate someone's birthday, I'll let you know what the channel is because I'm not totally sure offhand myself. All right. I'll catch you later, man.
Okay. Oh, and then I'm gonna send you that link to that channel I told you about.
Yeah.
The Satanist.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, please do.
Yeah, you're really gonna enjoy talking to him. Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think I will. All right. Have a great day, man.
Good night to everybody else too. So.
All right, guys, have a great night. Thanks so much for being here. It's been a really good time. I hope everyone gets good sleep. Hope I get good sleep. And I will see everyone probably sometime tomorrow. Bye-bye.